I will talk to you about overhide widgets, which are web components you can use in your web products to upsell various features and collect in-app purchases with very little front-end code and possibly no back-end code at all. These overhide web components are free and open source. You can freely customize, modify, contribute. Let's get into what this looks like at the simplest. Clicking through into the demo, we see a single HTML page showing an in-app purchase button. By the way, these demos are available from the Overhide Widgets GitHub repo. The link's below in the description. Having clicked this button, we see a widget with multiple authentication options. We have social login from Microsoft and Google. Login through an Ethereum wallet if one is available in the browser. Authentication with a Bitcoin signature or a secret token login, a token that the user can store in their password manager. What we just saw is the simplest demo, just a single HTML page with a single button, no backend. There are other demos of the overhead widgets page showcasing all the features of the widgets, how to integrate with a backend and whatnot. For example, the basic demo. It shows 4 buttons. They're not customized, just 4 basic buttons, including a navbar component that shows who's currently logged in, allows us to refresh payments and log out. The first button is a login button. It just shows the widgets to log in. And then we have various feature buttons. There's a free feature, a $2 feature, and a $3 subscription feature that expires after 30 minutes, which means we need to make a payment of $3 and we will have this feature available for 30 minutes. So if we try to do this with, for example, a passphrase, we're asked to pay with a Visa. And if we put in the test data, by the way, the test data information is on this side, we are able to log in. So I just made a $3 fake payment. And since I made a fake payment, I'm logged in with this address, which came from my passphrase. Of course, $3 is more than $2, so I have the other features available. I'm also logged in. That means I can use the free feature as well. So I can use any of these features. And in 30 minutes, this button will go back to a payment button. If I log out, then of course, none of these features are available. I have to re-sign in. I can click on the navbar button to re-sign in, and that works fine. Some of the other demos include customization. So we have a demo showing exactly the same, but now we've customized it. Excuse the choice of colors, but we basically have the features represented by icons of some sort, different CSS. And since these are standard web components, this is all customized via slots. All the description about how to do this is in the GitHub repos. But these custom buttons pretty much work the same. You can click the icons and log in. For example, let's log in with social login. This is my test social login, so I know I have quite a few. So if I click on the address here, I can see all the payments I've made while playing around with this. So I have more than enough payments for the free popsicle and the paid cone, but I haven't made a payment in the last 30 minutes for the Sunday. So if I click that, I still have to make a payment. But if I click the paid cone, then I can use it just fine. Back at the overhide widgets list of demos, it's worth mentioning that overhide widgets are standard web components, but they live just as well inside of application frameworks like Angular or React. As such, we do have a React demo using the overhide widgets, and this demo lives in its own repository, and it's exactly the same as the basic demo, except if you look at the code, it's all inside of a React app. Before we conclude, it's important to keep in mind all this payment data is not your responsibility as a developer, but it's also not hidden and siloed. As mentioned already, This is an open source system, and the mechanism enabling all this is written up on the overhide webpage. The widgets use ledger-based authorizations, and the system doesn't care about the customer as a person, just as an anonymous login token. The system checks public ledgers such as the overhide ledger for US dollar payments, or Ethereum, or Bitcoin. Read more about the use of ledger-based authorizations at Overhide's blog, link in the description. Thank you kindly. Take care.